Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to find the area of rectangles and parallelograms. We've got 4 success criteria, and the first one is to understand what area means. So area is the space inside a 2D shape, and it can be measured in centimeters squared or meters squared, millimeters squared, kilometers squared, square miles, etc. So here's a little exercise for you. You want to find the area of each of these given shapes by counting the squares inside each shape. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers, so you can mark those. And now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to find the area of rectangles. So a rectangle is a 4-sided 2D shape. It has 2 pairs of parallel sides and 4 right angles. A square is a rectangle but with 4 equal sides. And the word parallel, well, parallel lines are lines that will never meet. They were always the same distance apart, and we use arrows to denote them. So let's have a think of how I could find the area of this shape here. Now I could count the squares, and there's 6 squares, so if these are centimetre squares, then the area would be 6 centimetres squared. But what about if I can't count the squares inside the shape? Well, if I can't count the squares, I need to work out the area by doing the length times the width, and that's how I find the area of a rectangle. So to find the area of this rectangle, I do the width 4 times the length 10, so the area would be 40. Now don't forget your units, because the lengths are in centimetres, the area will be in centimetres squared. Here's another question. This time, before I multiply the length by the width, I need to make sure all my lengths are in the same units. So I've got 10 centimetres and 4 metres. So before I multiply, I need to change that 4 metres to centimetres. So that's 400 centimetres. Now I can do the length, 400, times by the width, 10. So the answer is 4,000 centimetres squared. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. There's your amber answers. There's your red answers. And there's your purple answer. And now we've completed success criteria 2. So now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to find the area of a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a 4-sided 2D shape with two pairs of parallel sides, and the opposite angles are going to be equal. So it looks like a pushed over rectangle. A rhombus is a parallelogram with four equal sides. So a rhombus would look like a pushed over square. So what do you notice about the area of a parallelogram and the area of a rectangle? Well, if we cut off this end of the parallelogram and move it to this side, you can see it makes a rectangle. So the area of the parallelogram and the area of the rectangle are the same. So to find the area of the parallelogram, we need to do the base of it times by the perpendicular height. Now the perpendicular height just means it meets the base at a right angle. So perpendicular lines are 90 degrees apart, and we show this with a square. So we want to find the area of this parallelogram. So we need to do the base times the height. Now don't make the silly mistake of thinking the 6 centimeters is the height. It's not, it's the slanted side. The height would be 4 centimeters. So we've got to do 4 centimeters times 7 centimeters. So that's 28 centimeters squared. If we want to find the area of this parallelogram, so the base would be 9 meters and the height 3 meters. So we do 3 times 9, which is 27, and this time the area is 27 meters squared. Here's some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. There's your amber answers. And there's your red answers. So now we've completed success criteria 3. So now we're going to move on to number 4, and this is to apply to problem solving questions. So James wants to tile his kitchen, which is in the shape of a rectangle. Each tile is 30 centimeters by 40 centimeters in length. How many tiles does he need to buy? So we need to think about the length of the kitchen in centimeters. And then we need to see how many tiles will fit along the base of the kitchen. So we do 600 divided by 30. So we need 20 tiles that will fit along the length of the kitchen. And then 10 tiles that will fit along the width of the kitchen. So we need 20 tiles along the length and 10 tiles along the width. So that's 200 tiles that we'll need. Here's another example. A farmer is fertilizing his field, and the field measures 15 meters by 40 meters. One bag of fertilizer covers 14 square meters. Each bag costs £12.50. So how much will it cost to fertilize the field? So if we start by working out the area of the field this time, so the area of the field is 600 meters squared. The number of bags he's going to need, so we need to divide by 14 meters squared. So he's going to need 42.857 bags, so we round that to 43 bags. And each bag costs £12.50, so 43 bags will cost £537.50. Here are two questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. Here are your answers. So for the green question, we first of all work out the area of the field. So that's 9,600 square meters. Then we divide that by 600 square meters, and that'll tell us how many groups of 5 minutes we need. So he's got 16 lots of 5 minutes. So that's 80 minutes in total. For the amber question, if we convert the lengths of the bathroom to centimeters and see how many tiles will fit along the width of the bathroom, so that's 20 tiles along the width and 40 tiles along the length, so that means we need 800 tiles. They come in packs of 12, so we're going to need 67 packs, and each pack costs £24.40. So 67 packs will cost £1,634.80. Now let's have a look at a question like this. We want to work out the area of the parallelogram. Well, that's 28 centimeters squared, so we want to find the value of C. Now to find the area of the parallelogram, we do the base times the height. So let's write down what we're doing to C. We've got 2C plus 5, so that means we're timesing C by 2 and then adding 5, and then we times that by the height of the parallelogram. So the height of the parallelogram is 2, and that gives us the area of the parallelogram, which is 28. So to work out what C is, we work backwards doing the opposite. We start with 28, and we do the opposite of timesing by 2, which is dividing by 2. Then we take away 5, and then we divide by 2. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. 14 take away 5 is 9. And 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So C is 4.5. Here are two questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So here are your answers. So for the green question, the area of the rectangle is 20 centimeters squared. So we want to find the value of E. So if we write down what we're doing to E, well, it's 2E plus 3. So we're timesing it by 2 and then adding 3. And then we're timesing that by the width, 4 centimeters, to get 20. So we need to work backwards doing the opposite. We start with 20. We divide by 4. We take away 3. And then we divide by 2. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 take away 3 is 2. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. So E equals 1. For the amber question, we're told the area of the parallelogram is 60 centimeters squared, and we want to find the value of F. So if we write down what we're doing to F, we're timesing it by 4 and then taking away 7, and then we're timesing it by the height of the parallelogram, which is 4, and we get the area, which is 60. So we work backwards doing the opposite. 60 divided by 4 is 15. 15 plus 7 is 22. And 22 divided by 4 is 5.5. So f equals 5.5. And now we've completed success criteria 4. So now that we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. Hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe and be sure to check out the other videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.